Exceptions are not the only way for a programming language to handle errors. We'll see an alternative in a moment. But the basic philosophy behind exceptions is they let you keep error handling code separate from your real code. So let's consider pseudocode in some made-up language that reads a file. So here's the function read file. It opens the file, it determines the size, it allocates memory, reads the file, closes the file. And there's a bunch of things that can go wrong. Maybe the file that we asked for doesn't exist. Or maybe there's not enough memory for the file, or maybe reading fails, like it's on some kind of physical medium and someone unplugged it. So let's imagine what this code might look like in a language that didn't have exceptions. So we could have something like open the file. If the file is actually open, get its size. If we got the file linked, we'll allocate memory. Otherwise, we might say, oh, we weren't able to get the length of the file for some reason, so we'll return an error. If we then proceed along, we'd say if we got enough memory, we'll read the file. But if the read failed for some reason, we would return a read error, and who knows what else might happen, right? So this type of code is one way you could program, and indeed, old, say, assembly language programs might look a little something like this. However, languages like Java, the philosophy is it's annoying to read this code, right? Imagine trying to tell someone how to make a sandwich. Okay, get the bread, open the bread. Oh, but wait, if the bread's moldy, throw away the bread, go get more bread. Okay, now you got bread, good. Now, open your peanut butter. Well, if the peanut butter is actually full of thousands of bugs, okay, call an exterminator, exterminate the bugs. Clean, peanut butter is expensive. We don't want to just throw it away. So, kill those bugs and then scrape the top layer off and then use the peanut butter underneath and so forth, right? Like that's just it. It's too complicated and also just a weird way to make a sandwich. So instead, the approach in a language with exceptions looks something like this. Do all of the stuff. Open the file, determine its size, allocate memory, read, close, and so forth. And if any of these special errors happen, let's say file open failed or size determination failed or whatever, in this case, then we'll do something. And these might all be different do somethings, printing messages, who knows what. But they could be remedial, right? This could be prompt the user to give a new file name. This could be tell the user to reinsert the disk, whatever it may be. So by separating out our code with exceptions, we make it so that we have a nice narrative, right? Because I can't really emphasize too much, I think, how important it is that your code really be beautiful, that it should feel like a story, right? And this just isn't a story, and this is a story. That's why I like the philosophy of exceptions.